Good morning, people. I've taken a little drive outside of Fontaine today, and I just want to give you a little picture of the incredible nature of our this desert area of the greater Karoo. If you can see behind me here, it's magnificent in its barrenness, especially in the early hours of these freezing cold mornings. There must be 0 degrees here right now. But we're talking about Jehovah Jireh, and I love this theme that God is our provider. But one of the things that we notice about God in this context is that God is full of divine surprises. It's one thing about God, he's never short of got some surprise up his sleeve. And these come by way of some amazing interventions into our lives. Just think of, as you look at scripture, the divine intervention of Jesus at the wedding at Cana of Galilee, the divine intervention of Jesus at the funerals that he went to, where he raised the dead. Jesus never really knew how to behave at funerals, and he was continually raising the dead. The divine intervention of Jesus at the stoning of that woman, the divine intervention of Jesus on the cross, at Christmas, even just a baby in a manger. God intervening in human history with these divine surprises. Well, Abraham on that mountain was into one of those divine surprises. As he lay his son upon the altar, and the angel stopped him and said, "Now God knows that he's first in your life. He is to you on the mountain of sacrifice. He is your Jehovah Jireh." And then the great surprise happened as he heard a noise in the bush behind him, and he saw that God had provided a ram that got his horn stuck in the thicket, and the angel said, "Here is your sacrifice. Go and make it." So he took his son off the altar, and he went and he made his sacrifice, because God had provided in a beautifully divine intervention. It's wonderful that God has all these wonderful things, but in order for us to begin to appreciate them, we have to understand that on the mountain of Jehovah Jireh, there's got to be a belief in the unseen. You see, we're such practical people. We want to see it, touch it, hold it. We want to know and see the evidence of it. But we have to believe that God has wonderful stuff in store for us, that we just can't see it yet. Think of Elisha at Dothan with his servant, and he said, "Open the spiritual eyes of my servant." And his eyes were opened, and he saw what no one else could see except Elisha. It was something way beyond his imagination. Think of the divine thing that Hagar at the well that we spoke about, that God had prepared in advance for her, something that would be a blessing to her. God has prepared a wonderful place that we don't get to see right now, a place called heaven, which is going to be absolutely awesome. And there will be many wonderful reunions there, but the best thing about heaven is Jesus is going to be there. There's a verse in 1 Corinthians 2 verse 9 that says this, listen to this: "Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor mind conceived what God has prepared for those who love him." On the mountain of Jehovah Jireh, it's the place where we believe in the provision, even though we don't see it. The provision of the unseen. That's what Abraham experienced. He didn't know that God had already provided for him the sacrifice of the ram. Today, as you look into your life, and you may be in difficult situations, I don't know, but have a good think today about some of the aspects of what we've spoken about. A commitment to Christ that moves from belief to conviction, where conviction is seen not just in what you say, but in what you do. That's the proof of a conviction. And when our conviction is what it should be toward God, then wait for God to come with some divine surprise, some divine intervention, because eye has not seen, nor ear heard what God has prepared for those who love him. I hope this verse just encourages you today, this belief in the unseen. It's there, folks. God's blessing is there. You just can't see it yet. Have a great day.